Phenomena. Hey everybody, we had some tech difficulties this morning, but I think we've got them all resolved, and we are ready for one amazing Tuesday live. So we lost our video, we lost our sound, we lost our connection. How are we looking?
You're looking good. I'm trying to get the video back.
Do you have to log out of the studio?
No.
Okay.
Just gotta get it uploaded. There we go. All right. I think we're good there.
All right, everybody. We're looking for some message. Oh, Leanne says I can hear you and I can see you. So that means we are probably ready to rock and roll. I have my notes. Everything we need. All right, do you think we're ready with eyeballs, Susie?
We are.
We're ready with eyeballs.
You're adding up.
Boom, boom, boom. Welcome. I still have the same problem this week that I had last week. So I can't get really excited. I have to keep my tone of voice down, or whatever is bothering my throat becomes a problem. Okay, so I'm going to start with our big announcements. Back in stock today, the 12 by 12 paper handler. So a lot of you were asking about that last week. It is back. I was kind of looking. I thought I probably had one right here that I could grab. Here's one. So this is a 12 by 12 paper storage with the pop-up handles, right? I have the paper storage box dividers in mine. Those are back in stock today. The album storage box, which is our 12 by 13 classic strap hinge album storage box. See, we've got one down here. So that is this guy. So we have, this one fits strap hinge albums. We have a second that fits 3-ring style albums. This one is back in stock today. So this is the one that also is going to fit rolls of vinyl. It's roomy for 12 by 12 paper, and it gets really heavy because it's so wide, but you can't put anything 12 by 12 in it. A lot of people like to use this one for project planning, but this one back in stock today, also on the website. The 6x6 fab file is back in stock. The 12 by 12 paper pockets and the side loader single for your scrap rack. I got a spoiler alert coming up on the scrap rack, so hold that thought if you think you're going to buy or you think you need these side loader singles. Something else to mark on your calendar. Sorry, it's really hard for me to just kind of be like, something else to mark on your calendar. Friday is a $5 Friday. So there are 4 Totally Tiffany products on $5 Friday on our website. The Edna Buddy Bag, real crowd pleaser. You definitely want to pick a couple of those up if you love buddy bags because they're so versatile. The A4 paper handler. So that is the same as the 12 by 12, but it's A4 8.5 by 11 size. So that's back. The Slide Stash and Store, the entire product line is back in stock on Friday. The number 1 size, the smallest one, I'm going to talk all about Slide Stash and Store in a few minutes. That will be on $5 Friday. And then, of course, last thing on $5 Friday is the 4x6 fab file. Other big announcements, things to keep your eyes open for. Next week is our 2-year anniversary of being part of the Crafters Companion family. So keep your eyes out for some good deals there, but there's also going to be a couple of great coupon codes next week. $5 off $30, $10 off $50, $20 off $80. So, sorry, those will all be coming up next week. So watch your email for those. Now, we're going through some transitions with the email program. So we will not have as many emails for the next couple of weeks as we normally do. Like we normally send out an email for every event and all of those things so that you know. So please keep your eye on the website, on the Facebook page. Make sure you get updated with all the specials and exciting stuff that's going on. Okay. Spoiler alert. I'll be on Craft House on the 18th of this month, and that is going to be a U.S. sale, right? So as all of you know, we have a warehouse in the U.S. We have a warehouse in the U.K. So the U.S. warehouse sales are only for U.S. customers shipping to U.S. addresses, I guess is a better thing. So anything that's shipping to a U.S. address, it's going to be a great sale, especially if you are looking for scrap wreck stuff. So whether you need pages or bases or spinders or whatever you need, scrap wreck is going to be a big component of that sale. Hopefully I'll be able to talk normally by then. Someone asked last week, but I didn't write down their name, about the P71, which is the project planner pages. Those will be included. We don't have them on our website yet, and they won't be on our website for, I think it's almost 8 weeks, but they will be part of the U.S. warehouse sale. So hopefully whoever asked last week is U.S. and able to shop that sale because they'll be available then. Marion Zamuda asked about Cricut card kits. They're just standard size, Marion. So if you, matter of fact, Susie, second shelf up, maybe the third shelf up, there's a box that says Cricut. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's either at right where your hand is or down a level, maybe. Yep. There's some boxes in the back of that have cards in them. That's what yep. That is what I need. Thank you. I meant to grab these because I looked up.
Just one.
I think they're all the same size. Okay. So yeah, I looked up on the internet. I looked up, so Marion asked about Cricut card kits for last week. I looked on the internet. This is all I could find. These are ones that I already have for the Cricut Joy. There may be Cricut card kits for the bigger Cricut. I didn't find those. But these are going to fit in anything that's our 4x6 standard thing. So whether you're using the 4x6 fab file, they would probably fit in the Eileen bag or the Monica bag. But I think a 4x6 fab file is going to give you a little bit more protection, right? You can put these into Monica or Irene, but because they're soft on top, if you stack them up or anything happens, you might have a little bit of crush go on there. But otherwise, the 4x6 fab file is a good solution for those. Also, the Desk Made Die Stamp and Supply Organizer, which is what this is that I have loaded up with card blanks by color, they would also work in that. So depending if you want something on the outside, like access this way, or you want to put it in a box, that would be the 4x6 fab file. Lisa Sabo asked about Stamps of Life ribbon last week. This is the Edna bag. Hashtag reminder, this will be on sale on Friday. I have 2 sizes of ribbon from Steph. The bigger ones are the standard size from like Michael's or Joann's, so they're going to fit this way. The smaller ones, if you have a ton of those, you're going to be able to fit them this way. And I believe the smaller ones will also fit in like the 2-drawer storage and supply case. Let's look. It might be a little bit too tall. Take those out. I don't know. It always amazes me how much of a mess I make on Tuesdays. They'd be pretty tight in there, but they'd fit. But I would go with the Edna. I think Edna is a great solution for these because you can go vertical or horizontal depending on what size you have. Sorry, trying to think and talk at the same time. Okay. Karen Ann Freiberg asked about Stamps by Judith, rubber and wood mounted stamps and polymer stamps. I think I addressed that last week, talking about the double-sided bag or the A38, the single-sided bag. Yeah. Okay, I didn't check it off my list. I thought maybe I think I wrote it down so I could double check and make sure I was addressing the right thing. Okay, so let's jump into this week's questions. When is the Leanne Buddy Bag going to be, this is from Debbie Watson. When is the Leanne Buddy Bag going to be back in stock? They appear to be out everywhere and I need hundreds of them. Well, maybe not quite that many, but a bunch. About 3 weeks, Debbie. So they are en route to the Totally Tiffany website now, also en route to the US warehouse. So you should, if you can't find them at scrapbook.com or with Stephanie Bernard at the Stamps of Life, I don't know if you've looked in those two locations. If they don't have them in stock now, they will also, but they're on our way to our website as well. Barbara says, hi, Barbara. Barbara Carlson says, oop, I lost my link here. Have you ever considered an SVG for the Tuesday Tribe? I would love to make a t-shirt or hat. Yes, I have asked for that. I have asked for a Tuesday Tribe logo so that we can get something like that out to all of you. So stay tuned, Barbara. And you are the one, I did read your message. I'm sorry I didn't reply to that when you posted, when you asked me before, but that was the motivation for asking the art department to create something for Tuesday Tribe. So hopefully we'll get that sooner than later. Maybe just 2 T's, TT. I don't know. We're on it. We're on it for you. Donna Gajowski Pierce. I've just started to make cards. I cut out a lot of sentiments at once. I would like to find a way to store them. Most are probably 2 to 3 inches long, and maybe an inch tall. I have a few slimline, but not many end dots. So the slimline is going to fit in our slimline storage container, no problem. So will the sentiments. They'll just be kind of all bunched up because they're considerably smaller. One good solution for sentiments. So these are the Kiwi Lane. So if you go to the website and you click on Kiwi Lane, and I apologize because I did an email to send to Leanne with these links. Maybe Susie can hunt it down too. Kiwi Lane, the Kiwi Lane pages on the Kiwi Lane category on the website. There are 2 different pockets. This one just has 3 pockets. This one has 6. It's hard to see. I tried to put 2 colored pieces of paper in there. This has a front pocket and a back pocket. This is 6 inches tall. So this would kind of give you a double layer for storing those sentiments. And then you can store them either in the Kiwi Lane storage box. Again, you can use the 3 pocket or the what's called the a la carte pocket, which has the 6 Kiwi Lane storage box. Or if you want to keep them open for easy access in your craft room and you don't need the lid on them, you can also use the number 3 is probably better. Well, the 3, this is the number 3 slide stash and store box. So easy to put those pockets in there. This is the slide stash and store box that works best with thickers and 6 by 12 inch things as well. But those Kiwi Lane style pockets, if you love those will work in this box or in the Kiwi Lane box. You said you had some slimline. This product line also has a 6 by 12 pocket. So you can put your slimline into the pockets and use those as well. Again, you're going to have it's going to be a little bit roomy for those. Sorry, I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be for me to talk today. Well, got some things popping up here from Leanne. Allison Sober Malia says, will you do pages for the scrap rack that will hold 8 by 8 or 6 by 6 papers? The 6 by 6 pockets will hold a true 6 by 6 paper, the current ones, which is called the Fabulous 4. Yeah, Fabulous 4. We'll hold true 6 by 6 paper. We will probably not do anything for 8 by 8. However, there is a video on the website about how to customize scrap rack pages. Making a note so we get a link up about it. So you can take any of the scrap rack pages that you currently have and customize them. You can also do that same method using a heat tool. I used a American Crafts fuse tool in the video to create the pocket size exactly that you need. as you probably figured out with 8x8 on a 12, on a 12 by 12 layout, we cannot do more than just one pocket that's 8x8, and then you're going to have some weird side pockets. So you could use 8.5 by 11 page protectors yourself and shorten them, and then you'd have a pocket along the bottom. But we won't probably do anything that's 8x8. You may also be able to take an 8x8 album page and put it in your scrap rack, like the page protector. Oh, is the air conditioner? Woo, okay. Jennifer Gonser Joseph says, just checking to see if you have come up with any ideas for Dreamies. Please refer to my question last week. I did take a look at them online. I can't tell online how big they are. I think that they would store, fine in a fab file or a couple of fab files, or maybe even this storage box, which is part of the Kiwi Lane size. But it was hard for me to get a sense of how the pictures online show the finished product, but they don't show all the pieces and parts. So it was hard for me to kind of understand what those pieces actually are. So if you have a picture of a kit, maybe with all the pieces, maybe if you could put it out on your 12 by 12 cutting mat, so I kind of get a sense of what those sizes are. I'm really happy to look into that a little bit further and make some better suggestions. I just couldn't find it on the internet. Jeannie Colson says, I just got a couple of Totally Tiffany slimline boxes. The handles keep falling off. How do I attach them so this doesn't happen? So that's a great question. So the handles on all of these types of products, it's hard to see because it's clear, but I'm going to do my best here. So I meant to take one of these off actually before, but now you can kind of see. So the handles are a separate piece, and they do actually come off. So all of the handles have this, you might need to zoom on this one, Suze, have this little cutout right here, this U shape. Woo, come on. I don't know if that helps with my finger behind it or not, but it has this little U-shaped cutout. So
can you kind of flip it out?
Yeah. That.
There we go.
There it is. Okay, you got this little U shape. It's at both ends. And so what happened at the factory is they didn't flip it out, as Susie says. So when they put the handle in, they just thread it into the holes on both sides, right? And then once it's threaded through the holes, you just flick that little U shape out one time and pull the handle, flick it out on the other side one time, and pull on the handle. Now, with all of that said, and now the handle stays in where it's supposed to stay. If you don't have the little U cutouts in your handles for your slimline box, that will be a problem, and the handle will not stay in there. So if you've got the U-shaped cutouts, just flatten out your handle, go in and flick that little U shape out, and it'll catch. You'll be fine. If there is no U-shaped cut in your handle, that's a problem. Please reach out to customer service at totally-tiffany.com and send Leanne a picture that says, hey, I don't have any U-shaped cutouts, but basically, I think that's what's happening. So if they're there, they need to be just pushed through, and if they're not there, you need a new one. Catherine Lesser says, new house being built, and I'm getting a dedicated craft room. Woo, congratulations. My pages are out of order, so I don't know where the rest of the okay. My question is, will the scrap rack work for my extensive die cut collection, or will they be too heavy? Well, the word extensive probably indicates that will it be too heavy? No. The scrap rack pages can hold a magnet and a die in every pocket, a magnet, a die, and a set of stamps in every pocket. It's not going to be a problem for the weight of the scrap rack. The pages themselves will tolerate the weight, but it's not going to be efficient, and it's going to be floppy. And I think someone commented that. So this is a post from the Facebook page. I think someone commented that actually as well. It's going to be much better to go with the Kirsten buddy bag. It depends on the size of your dies. So the Kirsten buddy bag is going to hold 9x6 So you've got 9x6 pockets. You've got 8x5 magnets. That's going to hold a big die set, big stamp sets. You're not going to have any problem with those in that. If you big ones, the most common and the most popular storage that we make, and it is by a long way, are the 5x7 fab files, 5x7 magnets, and 5x7 pockets. It's the most common size for dies. It fits almost everything. So you may have to have a few different sizes, but if you have an extensive collection, or I say that, if you have shelving space, if you have somewhere where you can actually leave it open and create this filing system, same thing using the pockets, the die stamp and supply organizers, keep everything visible and accessible, nothing to open, whatever, but depending on how your room is arranged and how much space you have, that could be a good decision, a good choice as well. All right, Brenda Foster says, is there a chart on each bag with measurements? I need one. I need another one that I have, but I don't know which one it is. Help. Yes. So there is a list like this for almost all of the product brands. Fab Files, Buddy Bags, Slide Stash, and Store, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So you can download it onto your computer, and then it's clickable, or you can print it out for easy reference, but they are there. And I'm sure Leanne, I meant to send Leanne the link to it, but I know that she has it also. So Leanne, if you could, there's a blog post. It actually, if you go to the TT website and you click on blog posts, it's the blog post we keep leaving at the top of the blog because it's the most common asked thing. And it'll have all the different charts for all the different products. So it's a perfect way to kind of print those, put them in the front of your scrap rack, stash them on your desk, whatever you want to do. And then that makes it really easy to find all the sizes and shapes for Fab Files, Slide Stash and Store, Buddy Bags, all those things are right there. Okay, the big, I have some more questions. And then I'm going to talk about Slide Stash and Store. I keep losing my connection here.
I have questions for you too whenever you're ready.
Okay, Trisha Simon says, will the paper carts be returning? Please. There's currently nothing on the schedule for those. I'm sorry to say, because I also love them and I've got multiples in here. They're super handy, but I don't have a date. They're not on the radar at this moment. I'm sorry to say. Shirley McDaniel says, hi, any idea when either the 2-inch or 1.5 punch Store and Go will be back in stock? Okay, I think this is also a spoiler alert. Yeah, I think they're going to be on the web. If you're US, I don't know if you are. If you're in the US, I think they're going to be on the US warehouse sale on the 18th. So mark your calendar for that. Now, previously when we've had these sales, all the products have gone live on the Friday before. So you want to check it on the website on the on special page the Friday before and see if they're there. But I will keep all of you posted. But I'm pretty sure all 4 of the bags in that collection, which is the 1-inch, 1.5, the 2-inch, and the double-sided. Sorry for those of you who don't know. So this is the double-sided bag, right? This is the 1.5-inch bag. That really wasn't in order, right? I should have pulled out the 1-inch. This is the 1-inch bag. I have the tray loaded backwards because it's more visible that way. And this is the 2-inch bag. There's my jumbo. Boy, I make a mess on Tuesdays. It's got the jumbos, stamp, dies, punches. Where are they? They're all in there. So 2-inch, 1, 1.5, and then the double-sided. And I believe I saw all of them on the list. Now, the list that I saw for that sale was not the final. So sometimes there are changes as we get closer to the sale. But get it there, you. But yeah, I think you're going to have an opportunity for all of these on the 18th. So mark your calendars for that. You don't want to miss it. All right. Okay. You have a question, Suze?
I have somebody asking if Mary Peretti maybe wants to know if you would repeat what works for the stamps by Judith.
Oh, stamps by Judith are just wooden stamps. So any wooden stamps, not just stamps by Judith, are going to be. Stamps by Judith also now makes polymer stamps. So of course, any of our stamp solutions are going to work in the polymer stamps as well. So the 5x7, your scrap rack, but the 5x7 pocket, 5x7 fab file, the Karen Buddy bag with pockets, any of those are going to work for any brand of stamp. Stamps by Judith is sort of famous for the wood-mounted stamps. So this is our double-sided store and go bag. The beauty of this is that you've got all these little stamps. If you put all your wood stamps in a bag, they would all just turn into a pile, right? A bundle of stamps that drop to the bottom of the bag. But because these bags have this slide-out tray, that allows you to create a little insert. It's almost like a Tetris game, right? If you take some out and they shift around, photocopy this, put it in the bottom of the bag, and then when you remove stamps, and that happens right there, you know exactly where all those go back.
Can you look it up so you can see the picture?
This is a bad picture for,
Okay, but kind of
yeah,
general idea.
right. And then that's going to fit right back in where it came out of. But the beauty of doing the picture, and this one isn't good. Some of them I did in color, and some of them are light on the printer. So this is the double-sided, and then this is the single-sided. So the same idea. I think this one has a better. So this I put in, you would think this is the front of the bag, right? But if you put it in this way, all your stamps that are under this black you can't see, which is why I put the trays in backwards on the single-sided bags. So this one again, and I think this is easier to see. Yeah. So you can see this stamp fits right there. So if my stamps get scrambled up, by taking a minute and doing that photocopy, when they do get messed up, it's easy to put them all back. Super simple. So any of the wood stamps, and then if you have space and you want your wood stamps visible and accessible, the desk-made 6-level stadium arranger is a perfect solution to keep your stamps out. And if you just look on the desk-made page of the 6-level stadium arranger, it's a great solution for that. Another question that I saw on Facebook at some point this week was, which buddy bag will store my 12x12 rotating design board? And that is the Lisa buddy bag. So there it is in Lisa. Now, it will also fit in the 12x12 paper taker. But then you're going to have a bunch more extra room. So 12x12 rotating design board in the Lisa bag also. Okay, let's talk about Slide Stash and Store, my favorite product ever. I love it so much because it is such a big problem solver. Now, I'm going to talk about your kitchen before I start talking about anything else. Maybe your kitchen, maybe your bathroom, maybe your utility room. So this is the Slide Stash and Store number 6. This is the Slide Stash and Store number 5. One of the things that happens with the cleaning supplies under your cabinet, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, wherever they are, is that they're all kind of standing up under there. And then when you reach in the back for one, you knock over a bunch of them. Maybe you're a little bit lazy like I am and you leave it knocked over, you don't notice it starts to leak. Maybe it was a Comet, right? When you knock over a Comet, it just goes puff. And so the next time you look under the kitchen cabinet, you're like, oh, I need to clean that up. But I have to take everything out one item at a time to clean the bottom and then put them all back in. This is my favorite use for the Slide Stash and Store, because I can take all of these big guys. That's the 6, like I said. This is the 5. Well, I didn't do a very good job arranging them. Those things are the same. And put them in there. Okay. I just pulled this out from under the kitchen sink in the house before we started. You see, this one, it didn't even get closed up when it got put away. It's still like kind of gappy. So if this got knocked over under the sink, it's going to be a slow leak because it's thick cleaning agent in there. Look, I even was able to put my little toothbrush in there. Now, if I go to underneath the kitchen sink and I need a cleaning product, I can just slide this box out, pull out what I need, slide the box back in, and when I'm going to put it away, I can just repeat the process. Nothing tips over. There's no mess anywhere. And if you do want to clean out the bottom of your cabinet, instead of taking out 16 different things, you can take out your 2 boxes or 4 or however many you have, clean the bottom of the cabinet, and put them all back in. So I'm going to show them to you also for crafting supplies, but the 4 and the 5 and the 6, or the 4, 5, and 6, depending on your cleansers or cleaning products of what brand you like. I'm going to tell you right now, once we take these on air again, everything that we have in stock in the 4, 5, and 6 is going to be gone in one showing of a craft house show or something like that, because last time we had more and we sold out of them in less than a day. So if you are ready, if you are ready to get under your bathroom sink, under your kitchen sink, out in your garage, anywhere that you have things that get knocked over, you want to pick up these larger sizes immediately. We have a lot more of the smaller sizes in stock, so those are not going to be
Here's
near.
an interesting one.
Oh.
Mary Ellen Brown says, I have the slide stash and storage pieces in my kitchen, under the sink, bathrooms under the sink, in my craft room. I cannot use in my cupboards, either the kitchen nor the bathroom because they're too long. Can we have shorter ones, please?
Yes, you can. Okay, so I'm sure all of you could hear Susie talking about that. So we came out with these, went crazy with them, and everyone said, including my own mother, I want these in my 10-inch deep cabinets, right? So under your counters, in your laundry room, in your bathroom, those lower units are a lot deeper. So these are 13 inches deep, so they fit fine. But in those uppers that are 10 or 11 inches deep, they don't fit. And we are on it. This is a mission of mine to get a whole 10-inch collection of these designed, developed, and out. And there'll be another little add-on for smaller cabinets as well. I probably shouldn't sneak out too much information.
Good tune.
But absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Now, I don't know, Susie, you might have to zoom over here too. I'm going to talk about these. If you can just kind of, I don't need to pull them all. So one great thing about them is that if you do not have narrow shelves like I do for your buddy bags, you can use them to go vertical with your buddy bags, right? So you still have access, but you're maximizing that space, like I'm always talking about, top to bottom, back to front, left to right. So any of those things that you're trying to stash, it works perfect in that use. This entire row of products in my slide stash and store boxes are all tools. Punch boards, scoreboards, paper trimmers. This is my button press. This is my cinch. These are the accessories for the cinch. So all of those tooly things that you cannot find or that you lose the pieces for or anything like that, you can literally use these slide stash and store boxes. And I know a lot of you have talked a little bit about this before, but you can literally use it to organize all those tools. Even, like this, right? This won't stand up on its side, right? It has to be in something to hold it up. But you can't stack them together because they're all wonky and bumpy. So even things like your smaller paper trimmers. Yes.
Wonky and bumpy.
Wonky and bumpy, official tool terms. But you have invested, some of us thousands, some of you tens of thousands of dollars in all of these really great tools. This is a bow maker. Where is yours? Did you buy one? Where is it? How are you going to use it? It's so easy. This is a couple of different types of scoreboards and bone folders, right? They're both together right here so that I can find them. I can use them when I'm ready. So think about that in terms of what tools do you have in your craft room right now that if you had them, just the ability to slide them off that shelf or out of that cabinet, that you would actually use them more often. And slide stash and store is a perfect solution for those things. Do you see they're there? I saw a bunch of questions popping up here for Leanne, so let me make sure I answered all of those also before I go on. So all the sizes. Faylene, hi Faylene. I haven't seen your name pop up in a while. I'm so glad you're here. Faylene says, are your shelving units custom or something I can purchase locally in Southern California? Need to really think about my shelving before outfitting my new room. These are from IKEA. They're Fajelkinj or something. We'll try to get a link up to them. I love them. They're easy. They come in 2 different lengths. They were inexpensive. IKEA. They have lots of shelf locations. I had my husband add some extra holes so that I could put some shelving units together. But, I'm going to ask Susie to bring this up. Can you bring up that little video, Susie? I forgot about that. So, IKEA, who I love.
I'm looking for the thing first.
Okay. She's going to bring up a video. If you have in cube storage, now I don't have the Michaels cube storage, probably Joann's has it. I don't have any of their inserts, but I do have the IKEA storage, Calyx or Expedit. There are a couple of inserts. There's one insert that I've been trying to get that I'm going to design some trays for, but it's been out of stock forever at IKEA, so I can't get it. But there are 2 that I'm using right now, and you can really maximize the storage space in those 2 with the slide stash and store as well. So box number 1 or box number 2 is what you're going to see.
Barbara Carlson beat me to it.
Oh.
I just put it.
With Fajelkinj.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
very nice. Way to go, Barb. We
All
love
right.
you.
You want to try the video?
Put up the video. Let's see what we get. I can't see what you guys are seeing, but I did the little video on my phone this morning, so Susie would
It looks like
be able to
it's
put it up.
coming.
So, but what you're going to see in the video are the 2 dividers that IKEA makes, and then I've got slide stash and store on those 2. So the number 1 or the number 2. So those are the 2 smallest ones. This and this. Backwards. Those fit in those 2 dividers of the IKEA. Now, obviously, you've seen me take these, the taller ones. You can put these in the IKEA cube as well, right? If you've got taller stuff, they're going to fit fine in there because the depth is good. It
I don't
won't.
think it's playing. It looks like I can see it on here, but when I look on my Facebook, I don't see it.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
going
wait, there it is. There it is.
Okay,
It popped up.
it's coming up.
I think it showed.
Okay, so hopefully you all saw the video. Put a little note in the chat if you saw the video. So these 2 boxes fit in either the 2 level or the 9, and it just depends. They both fit in both. It depends on how high you're stacking stuff in this one. You have about 6 inches in the double and about 3 inches in the other, but you can see some of the things that I have in mine right there. So they're a great way to accessorize those split shelves on your IKEA Calyx or Expedit if you're using those dividers. If in fact you're using Joann's shelves or Michael's shelves or some other brand of cube shelving, it's pretty likely that they would still fit in there. I just don't actually have those to test, but it was a great way to take those long, deep sections and be able to just pull your things in and pull them out and push them back in. Again, just like I did with my under the counter stuff. So you've all probably seen,
Looks like they saw the video.
Good. Okay, good. And because I took my little ones off. Here's a couple little ones. So I put my little ones from what I usually have here. But so again, right? So Nuvo drops, re-inkers, embellishment paste, getting a spam call. Let's decline that right now. And then,
You want something.
that's right. Maybe I won. Maybe someone is trying to send me $1 million. Okay. So smaller containers of things, paint bottles are going to fit in those smaller ones. And then of course, even like long, skinny, like this thickers and that type of thing are going to fit in there. And you're going to be able to create that space in your IKEA cube that really, they're so easy. If you have not tried any of the Slide Stash and Store product line, I would encourage you strongly to try a couple of them because you are going to love how my husband was the biggest naysayer on this product line. He was like, that is so dumb. It's so easy. Why wouldn't anyone do that? And I said, I don't know why they haven't done it before. And it took me almost 20 years of designing organization products for it to pop into my little pea brain. So, but out in the garage, right, he's got tons of things that are like spray paints and solvents and oils and other things for his things out there. And this is the same. He had this long shelf. All of these things were just in there. He's got little square things. He's got tall things. He's got sprayer things. And anytime he reached for something, he was like pawing through all of them. Not only did organizing them this way make it easier for him to find them, his shelves in the garage are not 13 inches deep. I think they're 10 or 11 inches deep. So I don't know if you can see this on the video, but if you, right, his overhang his shelf by about an inch and a half, which means he picked up a ton of space and everything is more accessible. It sounds weird. Try it in the garage. I'm telling you. I know I sound like a geek about these. I love this product. I love it all over my house. Well, and people, I'm sure other people have posted up, like how I think Terry Wiegand did under her sink with them as well. They're awesome. My biggest,
I may need shrub.
yeah, that's right. My biggest thing to you is we do not have a lot of box 4, 5, and 6. So don't hesitate on those. Definitely, if you're going to pick something up today or this week or whatever you're going to do, 4, 5, and 6 are going to be the ones that sell out the fastest. So keep that in mind. We had these on HSN. They are not scheduled to be back on HSN. And if my memory serves me correctly, we sold through over 1,700 units in 7 minutes. And 90% of that was people thinking, oh my gosh, finally something I can organize under my cabinets with. They're not expensive. They're not heavy. I don't have to install anything. If you're living somewhere that you don't own or you're thinking about moving, they're easy to take with you. So it's not something you're going to put in permanently and then leave, or you might be renting somewhere and you can't install some permanent pull-out things. They're just, I don't know, they're simple. They are stupidly simple. I'm happy to say it. Karen Jones says, how do I keep my scrap rack pages from sagging down? Am I putting too much in them and making them too heavy? Could be a couple of things. Your scrap rack itself may be set up on its back. You should load heavier, bulkier items closer to the spinder. You should do the spinder test where you take your spinder off, set it on the table, put all the pages to one side, pop it open and see if pages pop off. And then you do have too much. If you're not using dividers, they add a stabilizing factor.
You're going to show the...
No, that's all right. But what I am going to tell you is there are a bunch of videos on the website. If you search scrap rack tips and tricks, I think there's one that's called how to load your scrap rack pages, because there are some things that work better than others, but there's a number of things in combination that will help you. Also, I think we talked about this maybe last week or the week before, positioning your spinders will also make a difference, whether they're slightly angled or they're staggered. Short answer is there's no short answer to your question. However, the go to the blog page on our website and just type in scrap rack tips or something, tips and tricks. I would just start with scrap rack tips, and a bunch of videos will pop up. Also, lots of scrap rack users on the Get Organized Challenge page. If you post a picture of your scrap rack or what it's doing, then they may be able to help you with your specific issue as well. I do try to look through all the posts on the Get Organized Challenge page, as you know, if you're a member of that group, looking through all the posts on that page, that's a lot to go on, but I will try to keep my eye out for that as well. Sarah, hi Tiffany, will you be selling your slimline storage through Crafter's Companion in the UK? No. You could email them and say, we want slimline storage in the UK. For those of you who are UK based, I apologize because you can't get it from either the Totally Tiffany website or the Crafter's Companion website. We will not have it on either of those sites. I apologize for that. I know it's a pain in the neck. It's not I don't get to decide where everything goes. However, I do know that scrapbook.com, which I think is out of it right now, they ship to the UK. But my UK Tuesday Tribers, feel free to bombard Crafter's Companion or the Totally Tiffany customer service line emails with, please bring in slimline storage. And, we listen to customers. That's what we do. So if we get enough people asking for it, then they will probably reconsider bringing it in. Sorry. I wish I had a better answer. Jennifer Joseph, do we have a shopping list for Craft House yet? We do not, but I will promise to get one out to you next week. The Craft House show is on the 18th. I may have gotten the final list today. I haven't had a chance to look, but once the list has been finalized and everything's committed, I will create the same shopping list that I've done in the past. And I'll talk more about Craft House next week. And I'll go over some of those super great buys on the Craft House show that you don't want to miss for that. Did you have something, Susie?
Let's see. I have a hard time putting the drawers in the 8-drawer holder. The tabs don't seem to fit into the slots. Well, what is the secret?
What's the secret? You're not the first. I talked about this a couple of times. So the challenge.
I had a couple of questions.
The same question.
Yeah, on the 8-drawer.
Oh, because what people have just discovered this for, I think on Clipper Street maybe, is how fabulous the 8-drawer is for your mini inks, right? So we've sold a ton of these very recently. I'll be 100% honest with you. These are a pain in the neck to put together. That's it. That's all there is to it. They are our smallest little drawer. They have the smallest tabs. They're the thickest plastic that we use. So all of those things go together in making these hard to assemble. The one thing I want you to keep in mind while you're assembling them is that you never have to take them apart and put them back together. So there is that. However, when you, so like everything that we make that's this kind of assembly, you want to fold on all those score lines first. That'll make it easier, and that'll give you a squarer tray. If you have trouble getting the notch into the tab, I didn't fold my notch. The easiest thing to do, I don't know how well you can see this. I think I did put up a video about it already though as well. When you put that notch in, and the same with any notch, any of the notches, if you angle it, I don't know, can you zoom on that, Susie? And maybe you could, I don't know what you can see on the screen. You can see that I need a manicure probably.
Okay.
So see how I've got it kind of angled in? If you angle it in, it gives you a little bit more leverage. And then when you push it in, you're going to push in one end and then the next end. But there's nothing easy about these, right? It's just that because the plastic is thick and the notches are stiff, getting them in until you hear that. I don't know if you could hear that little snap on my microphone. That's it. It's just a hard push. Do you have my mother always makes my they're not teenagers anymore. My young 20 son.
They grew up.
That's right. They grew up whenever they're visiting her. She always makes them do this kind of chore. Anything she has around her house that needs to be assembled or whatever. But there is no easy way. Now, I have also used a needle nose plier to help me poke them through. It's just, come on and snap. That's all there is to it. So, and you know what else you could probably do? I've never tried it. I probably should. You probably could use Gorilla Glue or something, right? So you could fold them together and then glue. So you got this little tab right here and this tab at the bottom. You could fold them together and use Gorilla Glue or some really strong adhesive. But really,
just sometimes when you're pissed, just work.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Susie says when you're angry about something,
yeah, you can get it in easier.
If you have to call your cell phone company or your internet provider for something, just get these ready to go.
It's like a stress ball.
It's like a stress ball. Okay, so then once you get them assembled and you put them in the bag, so you can see I only have 6 of them in here and they slide around. It looks pretty full. I'm going to slide in number 7, right? And that looks pretty full. And they start to kind of buckle up, right? But 8 of them actually do fit. So when you're sliding in that 8th one, I have to leave this unassembled for the next time this comes up in Tuesday Live. When you're sliding in that 8th one, it's the same thing. You just have to stuff it in there. But, oh, look, I popped that one up. You're going to have them loaded. And once they're loaded, the weight of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. The weight of them holds everything in place and shapes the plastic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here's tray number 8. I wish I had an overhead camera for this kind of thing. But you can see how easy that slides in, right? When all the rest are in there and they're loaded. So the empty ones, you're going to feel like there's no way I can get that number 8 in there. But trust me, you can. I've got multiples of them here, all loaded with 8 trays. You just need that weight of the tray to hold everything down. Okay, if you haven't commented yet as we get in your wrap up here, you know, that's the only way you can win your $25 gift card. So make sure that you get a comment in, and then Leanne will draw a winner in just a few minutes as we're wrapping up. So big takeaways from today. Put Friday on your calendar to watch for the $5 Friday. And again, the Edna bag, the A4 8.5 by 11 paper handler, the slide session store number 1, and the 4x6 fab file. And that's the one with the file folders, all going to be on $5 Friday on Friday. So don't miss that. I'll try to get another post up to remind you about all those goodies.
Okay, this is an important one. Side question. This is from Laura. It's so forward. Laura Klaber. Sorry, really not the place for this, but pineapple juice may help your cough. Proven research on the web, and there is a recipe for homemade cough syrup. Add local honey to help with allergies and asthma.
Yes.
I think that was worth repeating.
Yes, I am totally. We do have local honey. I am hesitant to say this, but
You could add some vodka and make a cocktail.
I could make a cocktail: honey, pineapple juice, and vodka, and there we go. That could be the new afternoon drink of choice. Yeah, I believe, maybe incorrectly, but I'm going to find out this afternoon that there is mold in the air filter of my car. And since it's gotten hot and I'm running the AC, I think that that's the problem. So after the show today, I am headed south to get all the air filters replaced in my car. I did some internet research, and I have the symptoms, and my car smells like vinegar when I turn on the AC, which is also an indicator that that's a thing. Like Susie's like, that is gross. So yeah, it's more. No, my car's brand new. And we live in the desert. So who would have ever thought that we would have mold in the air
brought it from Washington.
filters? I didn't have that car in Washington. Can't even blame it. I wish I could. When I first researched it and that was what came up, I said, there's no way. And then I started looking in Phoenix area, and it's a problem. So we do have some weird dust, what it's called, valley fever. It's a mold that's in our.
Ricky.
Yes, it's a thing that blows around in the air here. So
It's bad.
yes, but Ricky has common in dogs. But this is what he did. He coughed all the time, kind of empty coughing, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully I don't have valley fever.
It's not as bad as Ricky's.
Yes, not as bad as the dog. But anyway, hopefully I'm going to remedy that component. And we have had a huge amount of dust in the air here. Like you can't even see the mountains some days because of all the wind and the dust. So hopefully that's it. Yeah, right. The mold, pollens, everything's really high here. So thank you for your concern. I do love pineapple juice. I'm on the natural honey, on the local honey thing already. But yes, thank you. Okay. $5 Friday. I got the back in stock, slide session store, the album, the 830 to 12 by 12 paper handler, answered all the questions. I think that's going to wrap it up for the week. You guys won't have to listen to me coughing in your ear anymore. I am on it with the SVG, trying to work up a Tuesday tribe logo or theme. If you have any ideas, please feel free to share them in the Get Organized Challenge group and or on the Totally Tiffany page, and we will come up with something so that you, for those of you who want to do your own SVG t-shirts or hats or coffee cups or whatever magic you can work with your Cricut machine, we will be able to get that done. I want one too, so I'm excited to see what comes out of that. All right, let's do a little drum roll. Pick a winner. Boom. This week's winner, Kim Ivy. Oh, Susie's telling me, hey, if you're watching me on YouTube, please remember to like, subscribe, and then click the notifications bell if you want to know whenever I'm live or whenever I posted a new video. So it's a great way to get that notification. Also, something that some of you know, but many of you may not just on our videos, but on any videos on YouTube, in the upper, as you're looking at the screen, your screen, it's going to be in the upper right-hand corner. A lot of times there's a little white information eye in a circle. And if you click on that, it'll bring up a drop down. On our videos, it's usually product related. Sometimes it's a link to something else that I've been talking about, but it'll give you a direct link to the product or to more information. If you just hover over that eye, it'll drop down. You'll have more info than you probably want. So, all right, everybody, Kim Ivy, congratulations. You need to reach out to prizes at crafterscompanion.com. That's prizes with an S. Let them know you're the Tuesday Tribe winner of the $25 gift certificate, and they will get you all hooked up in your Club Inspire account. Otherwise, I will see all of you, hoping I'll be breathing better next week during the Tuesday Tribe Tuesday Live. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.